the national anthem. St. Francis taking on Calumet right here in Whiting. Should be a great game between these two teams who are hoping they can make the conference tournament by the end of the season. And with that, let's go through our starting lineups brought to you by Calumet College of St. Joseph, a place where you belong. We'll start with the visiting Fighting Saints of St. Francis. Number 2, a senior, Delshawn Sims, will start for the Fighting Saints. He is averaging 5.8 points per game coming into this game this season. He transferred from Olney Central College from Eastern Illinois. Then number 3, Joffrey Nunnally, the senior from Lithia Springs, Georgia. He transferred from Earlham College, and he's really, really good. First in the conference in three-point percentage, second in free throw percentage, and 8th in points per game. He just got his 8th career 20-point game on Saturday against Trinity Christian. Then number 11, Dakota Joachim will get the start as well. Joachim transferred from Northern Oklahoma College and started off at Joliet Central College, which is where St. Francis is located, in Joliet. Number 13, DeMarcus Moore, the senior from Chicago, transferred from Mott Community College to Daly College to American Academy of Art, and eventually he ends up here at St. Francis. He's also top 5 in the country in multiple rebounding categories. And then number 45, Merrick Small, the redshirt junior from Ipswich, Australia, gets the start as well. He's 6'10". He's super, super tall, and he transferred from Cochise College in Arizona. Then for Calumet, number 0, Cooper Aiken gets the start, 4.5 points per game, and he just had 7 points on Saturday against Holy Cross. Number 3, Kyron Dock, and number 4, Malik Petty are the two guards. Dock had 10 points, Petty had 6 on Saturday against the Saints. Number 11, Tylen Tolliver gets the start as well. Tolliver's had a great 2026. He's really upped his game, and he's third in the conference in free throw percentage. And J. Caleb Slowensky gets the start as well. He is in the running for all conference, as he is one of the best big men in the conference so far. With that, we welcome Mason Waters of the broadcast booth. Welcome. Good to have you with us after doing your little PA announcing there.
Appreciate it. Thank you for having me tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we are underway here. St. Francis wins the tip. St. Francis in their brown road uniforms, Calumet typical gray home uniforms. Oh, an early turnover there.
It's a great
forced
start
by Malik Petty. It's going to be interesting, Mason, as to how Malik Petty can do. He's struggled a little bit in terms of scoring. We know how much he can score. He did it really well at the beginning of the season, but he just has struggled a little bit with his shooting. It'd be good to get him involved.
No, I totally agree. Petty is the vocal point they want to get going in this offense early.
Well, on the other side of things, Calumet turns the ball over. Quindarius Davis and Ramin Hinton will not start today. Davis having a great season so far. That three-pointer off the mark from Sims. And here comes the Crimson Wave. Petty gets inside, kicks it back out to Doc. Sims is from Louisville, Kentucky. Some newspapers and online articles were hailing him as the best point guard in the city of Louisville when he was in high school. Here's a jump shot up and goes through for Tolliver, and Calumet's on the board.
It's a good start early for CCSJ here to get Tolliver involved early. Now you kind of want to build off that. You probably want to get Petty a little more involved. See that ball movement from Doc. Great defense there from him.
Yeah, Tolliver initially went to College of DuPage. That ball's kicked by Petty. Then he went to Waubonsee Community College, and now he's here with Calumet. And Tolliver and Petty actually both played for Waubonsee last season together. So they have a little bit of team chemistry there.
Wonder if they were a package deal.
Oh, I think so. You would think maybe they had so much chemistry they said, well, I want Tylen or I want Malik to come with me. Step back jumper on the way, and it goes in. Dakota Joachim gets that one to go. He's initially from Joliet, like I mentioned, but he went to Northern Oklahoma University to start his collegiate career. Playing a lot more this season than he did last year. That ball's deflected out of play, and it will be Calumet basketball, 19 on the shot clock. Well, St. Francis is led by Coach Ryan Marks in his 13th season, 203 and 151 overall, and this team won the CCAC regular season and the conference tournament last year. And also Coach Marks was the CCAC Coach of the Year, which ended up being his third time that he's won that award in his 13 seasons with St. Francis. Slowinski's going to work down low, puts it up, and cannot get the shot to go. Rebound pulled in for the Fighting Saints. Here comes Sims. Sims with a little stutter step. He was guarded by Slowinski, so he didn't want to take the shot. Sit back up top to Moore. How can St. Francis get this man right here? Nunnally involved in the play, misses the first shot, and Aiken is able to pull it in. Oh, and a little mistake. Aiken was trying to give it to Petty. They turn it over.
I don't know who that was on there.
Oh, up and under, getting inside of Sims, and St. Francis have the lead, 4-2.
It's not the kind of start you want to see here from Aiken early. We know he's had some issues shooting the ball this year, but he's been a great facilitator down low.
And he's played great defense, too.
Yeah.
They try to go inside to Slowinski in a turnover. And Coach Hawkins, by the way, has done a great job with this team in his second season. He was the men's coach in 2004 for 2 years, so he's in his second stint with Calumet. But, man, what he's done in just 2 years with this team.
Incredible.
It's been, that's the only word to describe it, really. Incredible.
Yeah. Coming from Trinity Christian, I believe, to come coach
yes, Trinity Christian for 6 seasons. And Trinity Christian's had a great season as well. They're just ahead of Calumet in the standings in the CCAC. Here's Moore going inside. DeMarcis Moore can't get that shot to go. Great defense by Slowinski. Slowinski gives it up to Tolliver. And another turnover for Calumet. Maybe they should start slowing things down a little bit.
I agree.
Tried to speed things up, and it's turned into some errors.
They keep trying to move the ball around way too quick.
Three-pointer goes in for DeMarcis Moore.
And you saw Moore kind of talking there to Slowinski like,
yeah,
it's going to be like this all day if you don't step up.
He patted him on the back, too. I don't know if that was good defense or if that was just trash talk. I'm not sure, but 7-2 Fighting Saints have fought their way in front. Tolliver stripped by Nunnally.
He wanted the call real bad there.
Yeah, and Nunnally can play great offense, but he's also good with defense as well. He received CCAC Offensive Player of the Week nominations this week, which was just released yesterday. They go inside here to Moore. Moore fadeaway jumper rattles in. Oh, Moore is talking. He's going to get a tech. Yep. You can't do that if you're DeMarcis Moore. He talked to the bench. And the official comment from the referee is that he made explicit terms to the bench of Calumet after he made that shot. And I think he's going to have to come out of the game. Connor Casper is looking to come in. Tolliver, one of the best free throw shooters in the conference, is going to go to the line.
You hear
the strip to the line. He's brought to you by IU Northwest.
You hear Moore kind of getting frustrated with his coach there, just getting out all of his frustrations, but you can't do that, simply put. You can't turn around and look at the bench. And
in this day of age.
Not at all.
Maybe in the past, even in the past, it would be looked down upon. As Tolliver goes 2 for 2. That trip to the free throw line, like I mentioned, was brought to you by IU Northwest, your future, your IU. And now Petty's going to come out, and here comes Quindarius Davis. And man, this year, 2026, he has been incredible. In the last 3 weeks, which has been 7 games that Calumet has played, Davis has averaged 22 points per game, which is one of the best, not only in the conference, but in the NAIA overall. And he just got a career high against Holy Cross on Saturday, which was 33 points. Jumper goes in. Aiken. Oh, Aiken looking at the St. Francis bench, but he didn't say anything. Wow.
And Coach Ryan Marks is not happy. Ryan Marks is not happy.
They're not happy. I mean, Aiken, here's the thing. Here's the difference. Aiken didn't say anything.
He just looked.
And Moore said some bad things. Cannot be said on air.
No.
That's when you know that you shouldn't be saying it, when it can't be said on a broadcast. There's a turnaround shot by Casper and a good block there by Slowinski. Davis pushes it to Petty. Inside Slowinski. Goes inside, and Slowinski gets it to go. That's a great play. As Coach Hawkins is going to take a timeout here.
And Coach Mark Ryan is going to go talk to the official here.
Oh, yeah.
He is still heated.
I understand he's heated, but he's got to be careful here because he's getting to the point where
he can get attacked.
Might get a technical. We're going to take immediate timeout as we're just under 5 minutes into the game. 9-8 lead for St. Francis and a pretty hostile start to the game. We'll be back after this. We welcome you back after our timeout. 9-8 lead for St. Francis. A pretty interesting start to the game. St. Francis getting a technical for explicit talking to the bench. And Cooper Aiken looked at the bench after he made a shot, and St. Francis wanted the technical call, and they didn't get it. Nice move inside there by Joffrey Nunnally. He's finally on the board.
Ramin Hinton is checked in the game now for the Crimson Wave.
Hinton has had a great start to his career with Calumet. Just starting to play after the new year, and he has instantly made an impact. Davis, little shimmy move, missed it, but Hinton is at the right place at the right time, and Ramin Hinton is going to kind of want a bounce-back game today because on Saturday he had no points. That's the first time he was scoreless in his career with Calumet. And he just did not have a good enough game for his standards on Saturday. So I think he's going to want a little bit of a bounce-back game here. Here's Sims. That one deflected, and they're going to say it went off of Sims last. So they forced the turnover, and here comes Grayson Harrington, redshirt freshman from Sunrise, Florida. He's going to come in for Sims. And Justin Morgan, the freshman from Coconut Creek, Florida, went to Coral Springs Charter High School. He's going to come in for Dakota Joachim.
I was talking to our SID, Brandon Hall, before the game, and I was telling him, like, number 0, Justin Morgan, kind of got that old school 2000s NBA look going for him. The long shorts, the baggy jersey. He had a headband on pregame. He took it off, but I thought it fit the mold pretty well.
Tolliver gets inside, a lot of contact, no call as he misses the shot. And Nunnally, the question of the day for Coach Hawkins' squad is how are they going to shut down Nunnally being so good? He's the leading scorer this season, averaging 16.4 points per game in conference play. That's 8th in the conference. Actually, Quindarius Davis is also top 10. Drive inside, missed the shot for Small. And it's funny, his last name, Merrick Small, is Small, and he's the tallest player on the team, 6'10", as Davis can't hit the shot.
Yeah, he is every other thing but small.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a good matchup between Davis and Nunnally because, like I mentioned, Nunnally 8th in the conference in points per game, and Davis is 6th. So they're both elite scorers.
And Davis plays great defense.
Yeah. That shot won't go for Harrington. He got a great look. Did not hit.
You need that to fall if you're St. Francis right now.
Hinton straight away can't hit that one to go.
Hinton and Davis off the bench have just been great facilitators. I feel like they bring a whole different kind of energy.
I think, and sometimes people can wonder, why wouldn't you start your leading scorer like Davis? Well, I think he's a great player off the bench. It catches teams by surprise.
Yeah.
That shot won't go for Morgan.
You expect him to start after every great game you see him having, and then you see Coach Hawkins just don't break the mold.
Yeah, I mean, it ends up working most of the time. So Coach Hawkins has been doing this for 21 years.
I trust him.
Yeah, I trust him, absolutely. Here's Hinton.
Double teaming Hinton a little bit.
They do, and they leave Davis open. Davis lost the handle. I think that went off of St. Francis, and it did. There's 4 seconds on the shot clock, however, for Calumet. As here comes number 22, Ben Kryatz from Wilmington, Illinois. He'll come in for Merrick Small.
You saw Davis wanted the call there.
Yeah, that was a lot of contact on that one. Kryatz redshirted as a true freshman. He only played 2 games. Slowinski fadeaway shot at the buzzer. Can't get that one to go, and Davis flew in, and he was called for the foul. Yeah, go ahead.
That's a very confusing call there for me, especially I felt like there was a lot more contact when Davis was driving to the basket for the score, but hey, I'm not the referee, and I'm not trying to favor CCSJ, but I think that call should have gone. I think that should have been a non-call there.
Abdullah Ba comes in for Slowinski. I think the only reason why they called that is because Davis came in just a tad late.
Yeah.
I think if he came in at the right time, they could have called a jump ball on that. Bounce pass inside, turnover. That was forced by Tolliver, and now Tolliver's running the floor, and he comes up just too much on the layup and misses. Here comes Harrington the other way, gives it up to Nunnally. Transition 3 on the way, and he's off the mark, and then Ba got pushed in the back. It's going to be a foul on St. Francis.
Going to be on number 22, Benton Kritz, this junior forward out of Wilmington, Illinois, excuse me.
Petty comes in for Tolliver, but like I mentioned, we're going to mention that Aiken's going to come in for Doc, getting them some rest. But I want to mention, like I did before the game, I would like to see Calumet slow things down a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
They are taking a couple wild shots. The way they've been, if maybe they took a little less wild shots, I think they could be winning right now.
Yeah.
They're down by 1, but I think they could be up by at least 4, maybe 5.
Kind of in a scoring drought right now, too. We're having a great defensive game early.
Yeah. Hinton with a fadeaway shot. That one won't go. Aiken with a great offensive rebound. Petty for 3. Money. Malik Petty hits the 3. And Malik Petty has been a really good three-point shooter this season. By the way, that three-point shot was brought to you by Czech Credit Union. They're the better option for your financial journey.
And that's what you want if you're Coach Hawkins and his coaching staff. You want Petty to start shooting that ball to get points up.
Absolutely. And Malik Petty is shooting 41% this year from 3. Hinton is called for the foul. He's asking his team for help as Harrington was about to drive by. Here comes Delshawn Sims. He'll come back in. He's going to come in for Nunnally. So now, with St. Francis' leading scorer on the bench, maybe that can be a chance for Calumet to take advantage of that and extend the lead a little bit. They're up 13-11. Here's Sims getting it down low. Kryet. Maybe Ba got away with a little bit of a push. Step back 3 for Morgan. Ooh, that one looked good, but just off the mark. Hinton almost had that one stolen by Connor Casper. Hinton's going to take it himself. Double teamed. Gets inside, and Ramin Hinton finishes through contact.
What a finish by Hinton there. Way to draw the foul, too.
Yeah. I mean, Ramin Hinton has been such a good addition to this team.
I couldn't agree more with you. Hinton has brought that mentality, that tough mentality of we got to win this game. We got to grind it out. We can't, we got to keep going here.
Yeah, and he's played at 3 different colleges. Started off at Western Illinois, played 20 games as a freshman, went to Highland University, didn't play, went to Roosevelt, averaged 14 points per game last year as a junior. As Hinton can't hit the free throw.
As you hear the St. Francis
the St. Francis bench getting loud. Man, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple more technicals given out. I think the referees want to take control of this game, and it's filled with a little bit of trash talk, which is typical for competitiveness, but if there's too much trash talk, the referees will get involved like they did earlier in the game.
Malik Petty playing great defense right now on Morgan.
Here he is, Morgan defended by Petty. Morgan, that's just a tough bucket by Morgan.
That's just an even better shot there. Great defense, but an even better shot there to get the score.
Sometimes great offense will beat great defense, and that was a case of that.
Yeah.
Here's Aiken as we're halfway through the first half. Hinton gets inside. Aiken's open. He gets some space for 3, and he can't hit. Long rebound. Oh, what a heads-up play by Davis. He throws it off of Sims. It'll be Calumet ball. When we return from this break, 15-13, Calumet leading it in a big CCAC showdown here in Whiting. We'll be back. We welcome you back. We want to mention some stats here so far as we're halfway through the first half. Leading the way for St. Francis is DeMarcis Moore with 5 points, and then for Calumet, 4 points for Tolliver and for Hinton. Calumet shooting 38% from the field. St. Francis 40%. 20% from 3 for the Fighting Saints, 25% for the Crimson Wave.
And before we took that break, you saw Quindarius Davis make that great heads-up play, throwing it off. I want to say Sims there.
Yeah, it was Sims, and Sims didn't expect it. Here comes Davis inside. What a move and what a finish. Quindarius Davis, he doesn't need to trash talk. His play trash talks for himself.
I agree. You took the words right out of my head.
Davis defending Sims, such good defense for a player that can score. You love to see that when you're good on both sides of the ball. Three-pointer on the way from the right wing. Can't hit. Offensive rebound on the way, and it's up and in from Moore. DeMarcis Moore checking back into the game after receiving a technical and coming out. He now has 7 points. So still a 2-point lead for Calumet. We expect this game to be pretty close. St. Francis a game behind the 3-way tie at the top of the table in the conference. Calumet right in the middle, level with IUN. Right behind Trinity Christian. And 2 games behind St. Francis. Turnover there from the Crimson Wave. That's their 6th turnover of the game. Morgan goes over to the side. Here's Sims. Zone defense here for Calumet. See if this ends up working out. Sims gets it inside to Moore. Moore might have gotten away with a travel there. They're going to go across court and get an open three, and it's in. Harrington.
Great shot by Harrington there with Bob. Bob with his great length there, right in his face essentially.
Yeah, Bob 6'8", and he has an insane wingspan. So he can definitely contest shots consistently. Here's Slawinski, shake and bake, move on Moore. Slawinski can't hit, and Ba can't get the rebound. It's pulled in by Kryatz.
See Kyron Dock waiting to check in here by the scorer's table.
Be good to have him back in the game as well.
Good floor general.
Yeah. Him and Petty, they love to be those floor generals, and they're both starters. 10 seconds on the shot clock here. Three-pointer, deep three-pointer off the mark. It's pulled in from Ba. That shot missed by Sims. Here's Petty. Slawinski, 7 minutes to play in the first half. Bounce pass inside to Davis, and they call Harrington for the foul, and I'm not sure Davis wanted that foul because he got by and made the shot, but they're not going to count it. We're going to see Nunnally, and we're going to see Joe Kim check into the game for Morgan, as well as Harrington. Also, Kryatz will come out, and Merrick Smalls back in. Doc checks in for the Crimson Wave. He'll come in for Ba. Almost a line change for St. Francis. Only one player coming in for the Crimson Wave. Slawinski, defended by Moore. Fadeaway jumper. He comes up short. Davis flies in for the rebound. Puts up a tough shot.
And the and
wow.
One. And the and one
Davis,
there.
unbelievable how he gets in there at 5'11".
My goodness.
And he's so good. He's third in the conference in offensive rebounding per game, by the way. 2.4, and he's 5'11". That's only 1 inch taller than me. And I got to say, there's no way I'd be able to get in there and get the offensive rebound.
He's shorter than me.
Over Merrick Small, who's 6'10".
That's my goodness.
Unbelievable.
What an athlete Quindarius Davis is.
He absolutely is an athlete.
Also,
plays for the football team, too.
Exactly.
Yep.
He got All-American honors for football at DB.
Yep. He comes up short on that free throw, and he's upset at himself, but he's had a good start to the game so far. 19-18, Calumet on top. They go inside to Merrick Small, and Aiken, I think he got tunnel vision there on that play because he let Merrick Small get by him. And Merrick Small is not a man you want to let down in the paint uncontested.
Not at all.
He's pretty much looking at the rim when he's standing. That's how tall he is.
It's insane.
There's Petty. He's doubled up. Petty gets inside, elbow jumper, comes up short. Slawinski grabs the rebound, but he's double-teamed. Slawinski gets it out to Davis. Fresh 20 on the shot clock for Calumet. Davis will launch the three. Money! Quindarius Davis doesn't look to the St. Francis bench when he makes it. He looks at the crowd, and the crowd supports him in every way. Doc gets a steal. Oh, and they could have called a foul on Doc. They're going to say he stepped on the line. And Tolliver's going to come in for Petty. But, man, Doc honestly could have got the foul called for him right there.
Not seeing these refs call a lot, though, I feel like.
Calumet is one foul away from the bonus, which would be a 1-and-1. Calumet has also only fouled 2 times, so they've done a good job.
It's a different change of pace for them.
They go to Small. Here's a drive inside by Joe Kim, doubled up. 5 seconds on the shot clock. It's got to be Merrick Small. That's a tough matchup for Aiken to deal with.
Yeah.
And Small gets that one to go.
Aiken almost holding his own there.
Yeah.
He played great defense all around there, bumping from each player, but ultimately Merrick's got the size advantage there.
Yeah, Aiken 6'8", Merrick Small 6'10". Doesn't seem like a big difference, but it kind of is.
Yeah.
Here's Davis, 12 on the shot clock for Quindarius. Puts up the jumper. A little bit too hard on that shot, and it's off the mark. Doc dives for the ball. They're going to say it goes off of Doc, despite Nunnally diving after the ball, and they're going to say it's St. Francis basketball. I mentioned the fouls on Calumet because in the last game, a lot of players for the Crimson Wave against Holy Cross were in foul trouble, and J. Caleb Slawinski fouled out with about 4 minutes left in the game. And think about how big of an impact he would have been if he was able to stay in. And Calumet ends up losing that game by 10.
Ramin Hinton checks in, by the way, for Cooper Aiken. So Hinton's going to hopefully bring that energy off the bench like he did for the first time.
Yeah. Here's Nunnally. They switch, so Slowinski's guarding Nunnally, which is a mismatch, and then Moore gets inside, and Hinton, they switch, so Hinton was defending Moore, and Hinton kind of shrugged his shoulders like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do about that drive. With the lead back to St. Francis.
Hinton did not look like he was comfortable at all right there. He did not look like he was ready to guard Moore on that drive.
Here's Doc. Looking for help, finds Slowinski, 12 on the shot clock. Here's Tolliver. Step back, jumper, money. Put it in the basket for Tolliver. 6 points for him to start this game.
Drains it.
Yeah.
Literally drains it. I feel like that's how he is with a lot of his shots. He's got that nice flick of the wrist.
Mid-range, three-pointer, free throw line, doesn't matter. He's going to make it. And when he doesn't make it, you consider that an off day.
Yeah.
Here's Nunnally getting inside, too easy. Yep.
St. Francis is just killing the Crimson Wave down low right now.
Yeah, because
absolutely murdering
Calumet
them.
is switching on those pick and rolls, and they can't keep up with the speed that Nunnally has. Under 4 to play in the first half. Next break will bring us to a media timeout. Here's Davis. Gets a screen from Slowinski. Kicks it to Doc. He puts up a 3, and Doc can't hit that shot, rebounded by Small. Small gets inside. Kicks it back up top. Joe Kim gets it back to Small. Ooh, almost an and one. They call a foul on Hinton. And for Hinton, that'll be a second. 3:25 to play in the first half. It's a 2-point lead for the Fighting Saints over the Crimson Wave. 26-24 lead for St. Francis. 3:25 to play in the first half. Kyle Mathas joined here by Mason Waters from the Rittenmeyer Center here in Whiting. Calumet just played a home game against Holy Cross on Saturday. They lost that game by 10. Their next game will be on the road cross town against IUN. What a game that'll be, because Calumet and IUN are both 6-6 in the conference. So that'll be a big game. And both rivals as well.
Yeah, big time rivals.
Small hits the first free throw. And meanwhile, St. Francis on the other hand will play their next game on the road against Holy Cross, a team that just beat Calumet on Saturday. As Small goes 2 for 2 from the line. A 4-point lead for St. Francis. Up to this point, the biggest lead in the game is 7 points for St. Francis early in the first half. Calumet needs to get some offense going consistently. You can't let St. Francis go up by too much. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Doc. He's going to take it himself. He wants the ISO. Aiken launches a 3 and hits it. His foot was not on the line. Counted as a three-pointer for Aiken. He's got 5. And the scoring struggles for Aiken have been surprising.
Very.
Because we know he can score, but he just scored 7 against Holy Cross, and he's already got 5 here in the first half.
Cooper Aiken breakout game possibly coming soon.
Possibly, yeah. As Small, defended by Hinton. Good defense. St. Francis gets the rebound. Nunnally hits a 3. I guess that was early on that one, but he made it anyways.
My goodness, what a shot.
And he can make those for sure. The last man on this St. Francis team you want to get going.
You want to leave open at that.
Yeah. Here's Doc getting inside. Fouled. I think this is going to go on Sims. That's his first. I think that's going to put Calumet in the bonus. 1-1 here. As Petty is going to come in for Ramin Hinton. Actually, that foul put Calumet in the bonus, but they're going to inbound it from the baseline.
Hinton looking frustrated as he came off the court.
Yeah. And I think he's had a tough go of things as Doc. That one deflected out of play. It'll stay here. He's had a rough go of things. He's had to go up against Merrick Small, which is not an easy matchup.
Not at all.
And he's also getting called for a couple fouls, too. And you don't want to be in foul trouble at this point in the game.
And then you throw DeMarquise Moore in there. DeMarcy's, excuse me.
Tolliver gets inside. He's stripped of the ball. Diving on the floor with a nice play is Joe Kim. He gets the ball out to his teammate Sims.
Under 2 minutes to play here.
Who can win these last 2 minutes of the first half? I think that'll be a big indicator of how the second half might go, or even how the halftime speech might go. They go inside to Small, and that's just too easy. And Coach Hawkins is going to have to figure that out at halftime, because they're going over the top of Aiken. And Small is having a field day down there. He's got 8 points.
I think at this point you might have to just double team him down low.
Maybe. The tough thing about that is that leaves open a shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Slowinski with 15 on the shot clock. Slowinski double teamed. Needs help. Finds Petty. Petty goes inside. Turnaround shot short. And St. Francis grabs the rebound. Here comes Nunnally as Davis is set to check back into the game for Calumet. Get back upside to Moore. Here's Small. Coach Marks calls a play here for the Fighting Saints. Here's Small. Gets it inside to Moore. Defended by Slowinski. Moore. DeMarcis Moore goes to Small. And they're having trouble here. Calumet's defense playing well. Small takes it himself, and a great defensive play by Aiken. That's the good play defensively that might just give them a little spark as Malik Petty goes to the other end and scores. And Davis liked that play. He just clapped after Aiken's great defensive play and Petty's bucket. Sims defended by Petty at half court. It's about an 8-second difference between shot and game clock. Doc almost got a steal, and it leads to a miss. Oh, man, Joachim, that shot was up on the rim for about 3 seconds. Just missed.
My good, that's one you hate to see.
10 seconds for Calumet to end the half on a positive note here. It's Doc. It's Petty. A corner three. Can't hit with 2 seconds. Joachim. Hail Mary heave at the buzzer. Wow, it hit the net. It hit the net, but it was an air ball technically. But, man, that was close to a full-court shot for Dakota Joachim. That will end the first half. What a game we have, and what a second half we'll probably have as well. 33-29 lead for St. Francis over Calumet. We'll be back for some halftime stats after this break on the Heartland Sports Network.